Alright, time for another video update. Here's my deck peppers. My Yuba tuba is doing pretty good. I've harvested all the original pods except for this one here. You can still see it's almost fully ripe. But I harvested 3 or 4 others that were fully ripe, and now it's starting to put out a few new ones. Here's one, here's a couple more. It'll have several. Oh yeah, there's probably a dozen new ones on there, and it's still putting out blooms, so hopefully I'll get more off that one pretty soon. And then one of my manzanos, and this thing, it still has just this single pepper. Doesn't seem to want to put out anymore as long as this one's hanging on here, but I don't want to pick it. It's so nice and big and perfectly shaped. It's I don't know, it's way bigger than a golf ball. But it's got plenty of blooms, and it's had plenty of blooms, and they won't set, and I think looks like maybe this one did, but I think it's not setting because of that one pepper on there. But like I said, I don't want to pick it yet. So this one has several good sized peppers on it. These are about golf ball size or a little bit bigger. Here's another one. Here's another nice sized one. But again, they're not turning ripe. Here's a small one, so this one's still putting out newer ones, even though it's got the originals on there. I don't know why that first one isn't. And then my Aji Lemons. This is that pepper that you can see the scar on it there, I think. Yeah, I had a plant right up there, not that one, a different one, that on a windy day blew off and fell right on it and broke the other branch off. It was doing real well, but all 3 of these Aji Lemons got just a ton of pods on them, and I've harvested several. I probably got about 10 of them in the house right now, but once these start really ripening up quick, I'm just going to have a ton of them. I've tasted them, and they certainly do have that citrusy taste to them. It's kind of unique, but they're pretty hot too. I just ate about half of one, and it was about as far as I want to go. I'm looking forward to them getting a bunch ripe. I'm going to make some jelly with them, and maybe even with the Yuba tubas here pretty soon. And then my Thai hots, they're doing real well. Of course, they're not the same as the Thai hots I grew last year, so I don't know what the deal is, but these are all growing upwards, and as you can see, I've got several ripe ones already, and they're ripening up pretty fast now. Just a ton of them on there, plenty of blooms coming too. Here's my Cayenne. I'm growing this one to make some powder out of. Plenty of good, nice, long green pods on there. I had one go ripe a while ago, but it was pretty small. But it's putting out new ones too, so it's going to keep going. And then this is that original black pearl I started on Christmas Day, and it's been doing real well. Here's another nice pod. This one's ripe, but it's, you know, beyond ripe now, and I'll probably be picking that one pretty soon to harvest the seeds out of, but it's, you know, pretty full all the way around. Doing real well. As you can see, the early growth, the new growth on these starts out green and then slowly turns to a full black like the rest of the plant. And my Carolina Reaper, I'm beginning to wonder if this is pure Carolina Reaper. It's got a lot of nice pods on it, but they're looking more naga or ghost pepper like. Not what I expect. This one's a little bit closer, but I don't see any with that stinger on them. Okay, back to the Reaper here now. I just had to answer my phone there. Like I said, it's not putting out the classic shape of pods, although this one's kind of got a tail. I noticed the early pods on these plants don't always look like they should, and it's the later ones that get that more classic shape to them. So we'll see there. I'll let it go. And my Thai Dragon, I was kind of planning on giving this one away, so that's why it's in that smaller pot, but I decided to keep it, and it's doing fine in the smaller pot. It just started putting out peppers. This one started a while ago, but now you can see it's got some new ones, but it's basically one single stem other than these lower ones that grew up for a long time and finally branched out right there. And then it started putting out the blooms. That looks a little bit more like the Thai Hots I grew last year with the longer, skinnier pods. We'll see how that turns out, but that might be good for grinding into pepper flakes later on. And next we'll go over and see the ornamentals. Okay, and here's my ornamental peppers. Got them growing in the mulch bed here. That's my Russian sage growing in the background there. But here's my other black pearl, and this one is doing really well. It's not quite as full as the original one, but it's got some really nice looking peppers on it. They're all nice and big and round, and it's still putting out plenty of blooms, so it's still doing real well. Pretty plant. And my Twilight, I just love these plants. You can see all the colors in there. They start out with that blue color and eventually go through the yellow, orange, red phase. I'm sure these blue will be, or purple or whatever they are, will be turning here pretty soon, and I'll have a big color show going on. But it's just a really cool looking plant, and that one's doing real well. And my fish pepper, it is getting more and more of the variegation on it every day, and as you can see, some of these pods have some really pretty variegation going on as well. Here's another one. Here's one. It's got a lot of it. A little bit there. They're really cool looking. Nothing's getting ripe yet. I know. I did look up, and these are supposed to turn red when they get ripe, so got to keep my eye on that. And then my 5-color marble, doing real well. Just really small plant, but it's doing real well. It's got, they started out kind of a purplish, and then they went to that kind of sickly yellow color, and then they go ripe to this red color. A little bit of orange in there, but not as showy of a plant as I was hoping for, but still kind of neat. And they're these round, real, almost perfectly round peppers. And now we got to go look at the Hungarian Wax Peppers. And here's the Hungarian Wax. They're doing real well. The plants aren't that big, but man, they got a ton of nice looking pods on them for how big they are. This one and this one's doing well too. Little mark on that one, I don't know what that is. And these ones are from the same place. I bought all these starters from the same place. Those are doing alright. A lot of blooms on that one. But these three, I don't get these. These are certainly Hungarian wax, but as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, formed pots that are laying on the ground. And I don't know what caused that, and the plants are kind of sickly looking. All the lower leaves yellowed and died off. And some of these don't, there's a couple small pods on this plant. And this one, I don't even, yeah, it's got a couple real small ones, but they're just not thriving like the other ones. So I don't know, next year I won't buy any from that outfit. I'll just go with the other ones. I may even wind up just growing them myself like I always do, but these are so easy to get in the garden centers. I don't like to take up the room that I can use for the less common varieties. So, okay, next we'll go over to the tomatoes. Okay, and the tomatoes, they're all doing real well, even with the lack of sun. But here's the first plant. Little bird poop on that one. But nice sized tomatoes so far. Still real firm, real green. I haven't gotten any new ones forming lately on any of these plants, and that kind of bothers me because I was hoping to get a couple good harvests out of them, but I might just get the one. It's got 4 on this one and a bunch of blooms there that are dried up. I don't know if they set or not, but really don't think so. This is probably the biggest plant I got. You can see it goes all the way over here, and I don't know, it's all intertwined over in here. But it's got three real nice pods there, and a real nice one there. So those are doing real well. These here are on this other plant, which is really doing well. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. These other 2 up here, which isn't slowing the growth of the plant down at all. It's doing real well. And this one on the end, it's got, let's see, 3 there. 3 more down there. Like I said, there's a bunch of other, I don't know if that's going to form a tomato or not, what's going on, but those have been like that for a while, so maybe it's just waiting. Here's some more. Looks like a little tomato coming in there. If I pull the skirt off, there, I don't know if that's going to wind up being a tomato or not. I hope it is. And then the basil I got planted in and around everything. Stupid weeds. But that's doing real well as well. I gotta pick some of that. I gotta figure out something to make for dinner that I can use it in, like spaghetti or something like that. But yeah, you can see the garden at this time, late in the afternoon is the only time it really gets any direct sun, and that's about where we're at right here. So, well, that's it.